Our curl concept is one that we have some variations to that we'll talk about here as we go through this, but another opportunity here for us to get a really simple short to intermediate pass out in a hurry. Another 3-step drop here for us. This one's going to happen pretty quick. Our X and Z receiver, they're going to run a climbing and breaking about 10 back to 8 yard curl. We've changed this in recent years a little bit and have kind of flattened the route out some. It ends up happening at about 7 yards now, but that's just been more of a necessity thing based on how teams have attacked us. Traditionally, we had been kind of an 8 break up to 10 back to 8 type curl. We've kind of flattened that out a little bit in recent years. And again, more of a driving angle on our curl route as of late. And then your slot receivers are both going to run 1 to 3 yard climbing arrows here out of our 2x2 set. Out of 3x1 then, what we're looking for is a little bit of a clearing route from number 3. A lot of teams do like cover 3 against 3x1. And so what we're going to do is use the number 3 receiver here to run a seam route and essentially bracket off all of the interior defenders here that are going to have to carry that seam and keep the safety away from this ball. We're going to run number 1 on the curl, and then number 2 is going to run the arrow again. So number 3 rarely ever catches the ball on this, to be honest. His job is more so to just make sure those box defenders don't get themselves out into the hook curl window here. And he's really just going to be a distraction and a seal to the interior of the defense so that they can't get out and make a play on the ball in the exterior. So we'll hop over and take a little bit of a look at curl on film here. So here's our curl from 3x1. Now in this scenario, we're going to actually max protect this with the wing because this team had been bringing a lot of 7-man type pressures. So we're going to max protect with the wing on this one here and just run a 2-man curl. It doesn't change anything. We're just not going to get the seam from number 3. He's going to block instead. You can see here on this one a lot more of that driving wheel from number 1. If we go back, not so much of the vertical and then stemming this off as we're trying to really snap this off inside at about 7 yards here. Again, we've changed that just because of how teams have been attacking us and the immediacy of wanting to get this throw out. It also really makes things a lot cleaner for our quarterback here. He's reading the flat defender. If the flat defender goes out here with the arrow, he's replacing the ball with the curl. If for some reason this flat player that he thinks is the flat player is going to sink, then he's going to throw the arrow here. Another really simple 1-man read. We do a great job here. The arrow pulls this guy out. It's a great sit down here on the curl and a really simple, easy 7-yard catch. Nice, quick, easy throw. Okay. Here we are from 3x1. Again, you can see that number 3 receiver as I let this play is going to run that vertical seam up the field and just hold everything inside. You can see him pull that defender away. That inside curl is going to come and snap in there right in the open window. Another 3x1 shot. This is one, I just talked about this earlier. Anytime that we're 3x1, the backside has a choice route, and that's a viable option here. So here's a curl concept on the top side, but our quarterback comes back to the choice route on the bottom, gives him a slant, and actually throws this 1-man slant to the bottom of the screen here. So it's a good example of the system. Just because we've called curl to the 3-man side, it does not mean that this other receiver is dead. We're trying to play the whole field and make you cover sideline to sideline. We're going to throw the ball to that backside receiver quite a bit, especially if we get a lot of one-on-one matchups. Here it is from 3x1 again. Now this is one of our variants here. We're going to max protect this, and this now is as simple as we just add a wheel in. Anytime that we add a wheel tag to one of our plays, whoever it is that runs the arrow is now going to convert that arrow into a wheel, and we're going to try to hit you vertical with that particular play. The reads are still the same. If the flat route that's becoming a wheel is covered well by the flat player, then we still have the curl concept to throw. What you're going to see here is they're going to lose at the bottom of the screen. They're going to lose the wheel. Our quarterback does a great job of recognizing that we've won and puts one up. We catch this one, but we end up tiptoeing out of bounds with it here. But this is a simple tag that we throw in to really come after you vertically and try to, once again, create some mismatches and get a little bit of a rub in there as well. But this is a really nice change of pace for us that we can add into any of our routes that have an arrow in there. We're going to throw that wheel concept through and convert that arrow into a wheel. Here it is again, another curl wheel. This one actually goes to the curl. So as you see this one develop here, okay, we're going to go ahead, and that arrow at the bottom is going to break off to a wheel. They cover it really well from cover 4, and the curl comes wide open, so our quarterback steps up in the pocket and delivers the curl. A big part about this is, you know, when you call those wheels, a lot of quarterbacks are going to get really fixated on wanting to throw the wheel. You've got to continue to teach the concept properly. Just because you've called wheel doesn't mean that you want them to necessarily throw that wheel. He still needs to use his eyes. Our quarterback does a great job there of stepping up in the pocket, not making a mistake in forcing the wheel, of checking down, seeing his coverage, seeing that they played a cover 4 type look, they've backed way away, and checking down and hitting the curl.